For the first time, we are hearing plans for reopening San Diego Unified Schools this fall. But as our 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala explains, the plan could cost some extra money that schools just don't have right now.
We are putting a plan together to physically reopen our schools that, we think is exactly what our students and parents need.
But is it possible by the fall? Richard Barrera, vice president of the San Diego Unified School District Board, says yes. Barrera says based on current public health guidelines, students will likely be able to physically return to school, of course, with many changes in place.
Would allow students to be back in school every day for the entire day. We have to have more staff on a campus if we're breaking our kids into smaller groups, smaller class sizes. We have to have extra nurses, extra counselors, extra custodians.
The major problem is all of that costs extra money. And the governor's revised budget proposal includes a 10% cut to school funding.
A 10% cut to schools is equal to about $500 million.
The San Diego County Office of Education has laid out guidelines and recommendations for local districts to consider when reopening, like smaller class sizes, temperature checks, masks for all students, and more. But without the funding, it's going to be difficult or impossible to do any of that.
So the governor in his budget remarks really put some pressure on the federal government and said that we need them to help fill some of the hole. San Diego County, we've got about 800 schools. And so if you think about just the simple cost of buying several thermometers for each of those schools.
For now, Barrera says the safety plans are ready to go for San Diego Unified, but the next move is up to the federal government. He says the next federal stimulus package must provide schools with the money needed to safely reopen, or they simply will not be able to.
How can the economy reopen if parents can't go back to work?
Mimi Alcala, 10 News.